Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and on today's video we are looking at the Hotone's little Djent Distortion pedal again. I haven't brought this out in a while, so it's going to be fun to revisit again. And what we're going to do in this video is we're going to hook it up with some free VST plugins. So a free amp and cab simulator, and see what a hybrid setup of analog and digital setup we can actually get for it. So cue the little cartoon intro and let's start plugging stuff in and having some fun. All right, now I've got everything plugged in, nearly ready to go. So here's the Jackson, and here is it just going straight into the mixing desk. So let's spruce this up a bit because that is bland and boring. So last time we used this and it worked out really well. Go to the preset clean. Still a little bit meh. But we want to try to keep it as clean as possible to really highlight and kind of put a bit of magnifying glass on the Djent pedal there. And also what I did in one of the previous ones of this is we used Glenn Frigate from SMG's free IRs that he gave away. So let's bring those up again. They were here. The Zilla Fat Boy. So he's got a 57 here. And what we did last time that matched really well is having the 47 on the other side. So quickly put them in. There we are. And we just keep a straight balance, equal left and right. That's all the boring stuff out of the way. Now let's get to the super fun part. So what I can do though is let's bring that up anyway, just so we've got it there. And you do a usual screen setup. The Djent time. Now what do we got? Okay, I can't see it. So we've got Force and Sabre that I remember one was a tone and the other one was the level. But I can't remember which one was what. That's the tone. So let's turn that all the way down to 0. I'm a fan that they did use a guitar volume knob for that. That was very cool. And I'm always a fan of the blue light. So let's start cleaning this up a bit. So volume. That's like a brightness switch. Let's give it some gain now. So if I just that is. That's sounding pretty killer straight off the bat. So that needs to be clean, those pots there, because that was a little bit crackly when I turned it down. Definitely something for my guitar tech. So we've got 3 different preset shape things there, which I can't remember what they are. So let's run through them all and see which one is just going to sound better. That's sounding pretty, it's got a lot of bite and aggressiveness to it, which I'm definitely a fan of. That is sounding really, really cool. And the only real dilemma I have at the moment is, should we leave it on that little presetting there, which is the pyramid, or the square? Or, actually, oh, this one. Because this one brings the chubbiness of the distortion that I really like. Yeah, the diamond brings out the clarity and the clearness. So let's not limit ourselves. Let's not, whoa, settle there. I have none of that. Let's not try to pick one over the other. Let's do both. So I'll step away from the camera a little bit now, have a bit of a jam, and I'll do 4 different guitar tracks. So I'll do 2 extreme left and rights with the clear one, and then I'll do a slightly panned one of the, whatever it is, a circle shape that I've got there. Whoa, now I'm pushing buttons all over the place. That's better. And see how that sounds with having those 2 type of blends and mixes into it. And because we're using the same cabinets, don't know why I'm using my hands because I've got a screen grab habit going on. Because we're using the same different cabinets here, there's not going to be any phasing issues because these 2 are in perfect phase with each other, so there's no problem there. So the fact that we'll be just changing the settings on the pedal isn't going to affect that. So it's going to be cool. So sit back, relax, enjoy this little jam, and I really hope it's going to turn out good because the last thing I want to do is set this all up and it sounds bad, but I'm confident it's going to work out all right. But we'll find out, or you'll find out in a few seconds, and we'll have a chat about it on the other side. Time for some final thoughts on the Djent Distortion pedal by Hotone. Like all my videos, a bit of transparency. I had my Jackson running straight into the pedal here. Then I decided to add the little noise killer here because there was just a little bit of unwanted noise. Wasn't too bad, it wasn't unlistenable, but it just made editing a bucket load quicker and easier. And because I'm doing so many videos, efficiency is definitely welcome. So I added the noise killer to it. That went straight into my mixing desk, and all the rest you saw on the computer there with the free amp, speaker simulator, and the free IRs off the SMG website that they give away for free, which is really cool. And I'm a big fan of blending both of those two IRs that they offer you as well. One for the more brighter side and one for like the bottom richness. And then what we decided to do, as you saw, we even doubled up on that theory by getting the brightness, or the brighter setting, I should say, sorry, of this pedal, and the more richer lower one to make it a little bit more wider and dynamic, I think is the best way to describe it, with the lower tones, with the richer lower tones. And I think it turned out really good. I really like the results of how they turned out with the mix, but let's run through all of it just really quickly. So the playing wise felt really nice. It didn't feel like I was playing through something artificial. So adding this to it with the setup and the whole chain that we had while actually jamming it, felt like I was playing out of an amp and actual speakers, just with much better control of the volumes going through my monitors here rather than through the speakers. But yeah, that felt really nice, it felt really organic. I felt like I could really bring out the characteristics in my guitar playing with this setup. And yeah, as you saw, it didn't take us long to dial something in here at all. It was more of a case of, which is always a good problem to have, is all the settings that we really used were decent. It's just which one do you prefer? Which one is going to suit the song better? And yeah, I'm really happy with blending both of them in there to get that the final result, so to speak, of what we got in the studio there. So yeah, for such a tiny little pedal, I picked this up, like a lot of my pedals, a long time ago when I very first started this YouTube channel. I think it was $100 brand new. So it definitely wasn't expensive for a distortion pedal. And if you were kind of evolving the conversation into my next segment of how much it actually cost you to get this guitar tone, we're looking at 100 Australian dollars, because all the rest was absolutely free. So if you're thinking about whatever the case may be, whether it be an album, a demo, or an EP, or whatever your purpose of your project is, you can get some pretty killer sounds just out of this and what we pulled up there. And this was super quick too. You could definitely go through and get different IRs, third-party IRs, and try different combinations and different things. But from just going off what we did here with this super quick and easy setup, yeah, I'm really impressed by our results that we got here. But like all my videos, how did you feel how it goes? Because I didn't push this gain up fully. I did at one point and felt like I was just breaking up a little bit, so I just pulled it back a little bit, and I felt like that was a nice little sweet spot to get a pretty saturated sound. Arguably you could even say a little bit too saturated, but definitely didn't need to push it to its fullest. But even at its fullest, it didn't break up the sound too much in a negative way either. So yeah, great little work, this pedal. But as I was trying to say before I kind of cut you off, is definitely keen for your thoughts on how you thought of how this whole little video went with these results out of this little pedal there and the programs that we did today. So thank you very much for sitting through my stuttering through this and trying to get through to this end of this video. I thoroughly enjoyed putting this together, it was lots of fun. So thank you very much for joining me with this, and really look forward to chatting with you next time. And until then, please, stay safe.